Hello bounty hunters and welcome to another first look review. Today we are donning our cowboy boots and stepping into Bounty Star, a post-apocalyptic mech game set in the Wild West. When I first saw it I thought, alright, mechs with cowboy hats, sure. But how does Bounty Star stack up and is it worth picking up? Well, let's find out. In Bounty Star you play as Clem, a tough-as-nails ex-soldier who's clearly been through hell. After a let's call it personal tragedy, no spoilers, she is drinking, smoking, and trying to just fade out. But then an old friend throws her a lifeline, a job, a garage, and a shot at redemption. It's that classic bottom rung start. You can only go up from here. And that sense of rebuilding is definitely what hooked me straight away. The setting's got that perfect mix of grit and charm. You've got deserts and Wild West visuals, southern accents, a twanging soundtrack, and old world relics like abandoned hotels and football fields. It's all cobbled together in this post-collapse version of the American Southwest. Primitive turbines, frontier tech, scavenged machines. It feels like a world people are just holding together with duct tape and grit. And visually, well, it is simple, sure, but it is also stylish. It has that sort of cartoon, realistic look that works perfectly for the tone. Some of the cinematic moments, like your mech rolling down rusty roads or Clem staring out over her land at night with the trees just glowing, were actually genuinely beautiful. And you can tell the devs are proud of the visuals that they've made because this game has a really nice and intuitive photo mode as well, so you can get yourself some stunning visuals of the scenery or your mech. Between missions, you are back at your homestead, your little garage out in the dust. It's not exactly a cozy game, but there is something cool and grounding about having a base that grows with you and having your own little slice of the world. Most of your time here is spent preparing for bounties, and that includes things like gathering ingredients, cooking meals that grant combat buffs, collecting water to refine to fuel, and crafting modules to tweak your mech's performance. Your garage upgrades are tied directly into the story progression. As you complete main missions and build your reputation, the community starts to open up to you. New gear, new workshop features, and gradual improvements to your headquarters. It's satisfying to see that growth mirrored in both Clem's story and in your physical base of operations. There is also a day cycle system, morning, afternoon, and night. You can rest to pass the time or jump to the next day. Certain missions only trigger at specific hours, and it adds a natural rhythm to the gameplay and helps the world feel a little bit more alive. Now, combat. This is where things start to feel a little bit messy. The fighting is not bad at all, but it is definitely clunky. The mech feels like it's caught between wanting to be a heavy and grounded sim type or a fast and agile arcade type, and it never really quite commits to either. That said, the gunplay itself feels solid, the weapons have satisfying feedback, and landing shots feels impactful whether you're using a hand cannon or a fully auto machine gun. The issue really comes down to how the movement and energy systems tie into it all. Energy management can feel a little overbearing early on. I'm sure it's something that will become more forgiving as you upgrade your mech and improve your cooling systems, but at the start it forces some tough choices. Do you shoot, do you boost away or hold position and risk overheating? And if you push it too far, your mech will shut down for a few seconds, leaving you completely vulnerable. Things even get a little trickier because of the time of day system that directly affects heat levels. For example, afternoon missions are hotter, meaning that your mech will overheat faster, and melee becomes the safer option because it uses less heat, but it also benefits from higher heat levels. An interesting mechanic, it adds a kind of strategy and realism, but it can also force you to deviate from your preferred playstyle. In some cases, you might even have to skip a mission or take a smaller payout just to avoid cooking your mech. overall the combat feels okay, but it does feel like it needs more polish and more tuning to make it feel really responsive and rewarding. And considering that it is such a big part of the game, I do feel like this does need a bit of priority. But an area that does really help to sell the experience is Clem herself. She has got grit, wit, and a lot of quiet pain under the surface. For example, there are some great comic moments like when she's sat with her friend and he is just talking at her. She's just got up, she's having a coffee, and she says to him,
I am not at the appropriate consciousness level for conversations with bureaucrats.
And it is such an interesting human moment. But later, she's writing in her journal and she's talking about nearly giving up. And you realize that she's not just a stereotype, but that she does have layers, vulnerability, and she is believable. And I do have to mention as well that there are plenty of quality of life choices in this game. For example, you can buy crafting materials directly from the menu that you're in, instead of having to grind around the map or scroll through the shops to buy them individually. They are small things like this, but it does show that the devs have thought about convenience and want to respect your time. So where does all that leave us? Well, Bounty Star is a story-driven mech game, and it does have heart. It has great visuals, superb voice acting, and that classic one more bounty loop that keeps you coming back. It is still a little rough around the edges, sure, and the combat does need polish, but the foundation is strong. If you like mechs, stories about redemption, and the vibe of the frontier, well then, this one definitely would be worth saddling up for. But that is just my opinion and my first look at Bounty Star. If you enjoyed the breakdown, drop a like and subscribe for more mech content. And to put it in Clem's words,
I've done enough for one day. Time to apply a fresh coat of drool to my pillow.